Hey there, team, and welcome to a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 5v3, I believe. Let me just make sure of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, I can successfully count. This is Sagath, which I've not actually done a Sagath battle for a little while. I know just recently Scout popped one up, but I'm pretty sure this is not the same one. Yeah, no, I'm pretty confident. I received this one a little while ago by Valkyrian here. He's got to his side Numenor, played by Aggressive Man. I don't think I've seen him before, but it could just be one of the well-known players using a different name. That's very common. And Arnor again. I've seen that name before, but I'm not certain. So let's have a zoom through his army. He'll probably be jumping it around as we're going through, but we'll get all as best we can. Hammerguard there, Blackwatch Legion, Gundabad Guard. Wait, oh yeah, Trolls of Angmar and Trolls of Gundabad. I always sometimes think, oh wait, is that just double Trolls of Gundabad or something? Guardians of Carndum, then Gundabad Guard again. Some pikes there. Of course, 2 units of Barrow-wights. I'm very certain of that. Guardians of Carndum again. Some more pikes. Yeah, those are the Barrow-wights. More Barrow-wights. Double Snag of Stalkers, appreciated. Blackguard there, and some Scourge Raiders. So what we normally see here, and I've got a feeling that we're going to see it again. Valkyrian will have 1 Barrow-wight here and 1 Barrow-wight over here. Yes, we did. It's fantastic. It's a very tough thing to counter on Sagath if you've got to, or Buhr Sagath, however you want to say it, when you have to sort of unload a lot of damage to take down a Barrow-wight right in the front lines. But anyway, in front of him, he has some Numenorean Shield Guards, some Steel Bows, some more lots of Numenorean cohort there. Seafarers of Nindamos, some Shield Guard again. The brutal Swordmasters of Farazim Swordmasters, I should say. Royal Legion of Armenalos, some Belagard Pikes. Zooming on down here, that's about that, isn't it? Nope, Sentinels, probably going to get moved up in a second. And yeah, they just were. So we're going to see on 1x speed. Actually, I'm going to yeet my way through Lothlorien here for a second. Guardians there, double Sword Masters, some Blade Masters hiding, I'd suspect with an armor upgrade. Can't see right now though. Lorenan Warriors, Lorenan Axemen, some Lorenan Spearmen, Archers, Rangers, Woodland Protectors, then the Watchers of the Goldwood, and the Kindred of Celeborn. Interesting that he's gone for quite a lot of infantry there, when you really would expect a Lothlorien on the defence with 2 quite capable melee factions at his side. You'd really expect a much more just dedicated archer roster. And he's got 2 units of Lorenan Mounted Company as well, but that's the only cavalry force that we're seeing, so I do worry about them. Hopefully that is not just going to get massacred out there. Zooming in over here. Grizzly Fox. Okay, so 1 quite skilled player on the attack so far. Minas Morgul Chosen. Temple Guard there, Orc Fodder, seeing some Temple Executioners, some Blackguard of Barad-dûr, more Orc Fodder. I'm keeping an eye on that cavalry. We'll go to 0.1 speed if it does approach. Some Javies there, more Orc Fodder. Anything really crazy, a little more non-infantry, and some more Minas Morgul Chosen. I'm excited to see this. I see Minas Morgul Chosen, just not something I use too much, but they're cool. Olakai there, and the Troll Drummers banging away as they move over in this direction. I wonder where they're off to. His ally is Dorwinion by Kelvin Lee. So he's got his Nandor Glade Guard, Ilvelin Infantry, more and more infantry, some more Vine Guard. Merquindi Bows there, definitely, yeah, I mean, they can go toe-to-toe with the Lothlorien Archers, perhaps not as well armoured as like the Lorenan Archers are, but, you know, hey, they'll do okay. Ilvelin Marksmen there, most certainly they can take a beating. Vine Guard, Infantry, Glade Guard, and Hammer Guard, yeah. This is a good, competent Dorwinion army, I think. No complaints about that. Good to grind the enemy down at range and in melee. Jack Attack, displaying his Isengard. He's got his Reavers out there. They're going to have to be careful. Raiders there. Pikes. Good to see. Nicely armoured infantry. Some pikes there. Infantry again. Berserkers. Okay, again, well, even more careful around the enemy archers. Nashai, we're not running, are we? Okay, no, we're just moving very quickly for some reason. Crossbows. Champions, yeah, and then the Trolls. I worry about those poor Mounted Company, but is this the General? I think it is. Okay. Maybe those 2 Cavalier units can try their best to get a cheeky General kill If they're careful, they might be able to do it. There is a trebuchet on the attack today by Arthedain, by Deus Imperator Deus Imperator Rex. Again, not somebody I've seen before. Dismounted Knights of Numenor, some dismounted Fornosteran Knights, very nice. Troll Slayers there, more Troll Slayers. Some men-at-arms, armor upgraded. Yeah, very beefy men-at-arms too. Okay, then the Numinous Gate Guard. Some Rangers there, good. And Arthedain, Marksman armor upgrade. Yeah, he's got a lot of armor upgrades for his boys, which is nice. Definitely very cool to see. And then I'm not missing another player in the corner, am I? I think I am. Yeah, I'm going to go to 0.1 just to make sure, because I think we're getting very close to some cav action there. We have Umbar by Jarrett James Hayes. So he's got his Belgath Marksman up front alongside some archers. Perfect skirmishers there. Belgar Pikes. Corsair Infantry. Again, fantastic skirmishing units. Belgar Archers. All those, that's kind of nice. The really shiny axes there. Some Royal Guard and Axemen there. Belgath Axe Guard, I should say. More Corsair Infantry and Footmen. Okay. Interesting. So, perhaps, you know, there was a bit of a running theme there with a few of those armies. They have a lot of grinding potential. A lot of very good skirmishing archers. All those Corsair Infantry, all those Belgar Archers. Dorwinion has some great skirmishing archers. Arthedain with those armor upgraded Arthedain Marksmen. They're great for the skirmishing. And I don't know, maybe we do have a little bit too much money spent on our archers. And perhaps Lothlorien was a little better off taking a more infantry-focused roster. What's going on here? This is a bit nerve-wracking. He's approaching very close to these cav. They're not hiding. They're visible. And, okay, they're retreating back. I think we still have a grace in place. Again, Valkyrian sent this one to me a wee while ago. He would have explained the rules, but I'm afraid I haven't had a look through that. So, Dorwinion is moving on up, and yeah, looks like there is a grace to allow them to do so. It's always, I think, Buhr Sagath is somewhere that I think you can get away without a grace as a defender. If you're ever playing up against MSQ on the defense, he quite likes to forgo the grace so that he can really punish you with his cavalry. If you see him playing as Arthedain on the defense, then yeah, you of course know he's probably going to have 2 units of Grey Company hiding somewhere around this open field, and he's going to sick them on you. So you've got to be watchful for that. And he doesn't want a grace period so that he can just justify hitting you at the earliest opportunity. It does mean that he and his allies have to run around and get into a position really quickly, but you've got the time to do that. Goodness me, we are already ploughing in through here with the Treb. I mean, the gate guards are right there, but it's something you've got to be wary of. That the Treb might just take a nasty little slam. Now, there wasn't any arty on the defense. Was there? I don't think so. The only thing I would really suggest bringing would be the Numenorian Treb, and I'm pretty sure we would have noticed a trebuchet. Yeah, I mean, catapults you can do some good work with too. No, I'm not seeing a Treb, so I think that gives the attackers a very interesting, puts them in a very interesting spot, doesn't it? Wow, we're getting very close to each other here. We're still in grace. Nobody's done anything yet, but you know, when it's, I think as a defender, if you are taking cavalry, I would really ponder the idea of just foregoing a grace, because this is taking a lot of discipline. And Grizzly's there. I don't know Kelvin very well, but we've had a lot of care shown by both sides to make sure that the grace has been upheld during this time, but surely that's going to get broken shortly. Now, this is, I think, as a Lothlorien, if you're going to go for this sort of thing, there's a lot of really nice, well, there's not a lot of nice horse archers, but you do have the Riders of the Golden Wood that could be a beautiful unit to punish, you know, a real target of interest, like, you know, the Numinous Gate Guards say. You could sort of pound away at them. Again, if there was no grace, you could pound away at them, gotten into the trebuchet with your lancers, or, you know, you could maybe make that possible general kill a little bit easier, shoot down the trolls, perhaps, I don't know. You know, possibilities are endless, really. And So I'm surprised he's not gone for that. Looks like we are maybe jumping into action soon. These Temple Guard look like they're getting in position to start raining hell onto those cavalrymen. No, we're ignoring that. Still, Grace is, as I always say, it's probably a little bit too late now, but there should be a battle starts timestamp that you can jump to, so feel free to do that. Really, no offense taken. I like to sort of rattle off and, you know, really just observe the whole battle if I can, but I know many people do not have the time for that. I, you know, often do not. No, they're just staring each other down. Interesting. How's the defensive setup going? Yep, spearmen, steel bows ready to try and do some damage, but you don't want them mixing up with the spear guard there. Their arrows are exceptionally valuable, so you want to make sure every single one of them counts. Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about our lack of AP to be busting through things like Barrow-wights. I guess the Reavers, if the Reavers can get in there and not get shot up, they can really get that job done. This is the thing as well with a grace period. The attackers are probably going to be advancing inside of the range of the enemy archers, and they're maybe not going to know it. Okay, yeah, we've started. We have started now, as these mounted company have taken some fire from the Temple Guard. So Arnor is going to be running on by. He needs to keep on running because he is going to still be in range of the Temple Guard, and he is also being pursued by those Olakai. You do not want that. I mean, to be honest, you might be tempted to give them a charge. He's not going to do so, though. Yeah, he's going to leave them, but if they had extended that far out, I would have been very tempted to just give them a cheeky go. No, that's it. And the boys are just going to have to be careful and keep bottled up. It looks like Arnor is going to be... Nope, I was thinking he was going to come all the way around, but the boys are already all the way through the Valley of Death. So if you're coming at them from here, you've got this tiny choke point to rush through, so that's not the better idea. He is much better off just trying to punish Mordor a little bit. As I say, because they've taken a grace, it's... The boys are set up, the boys are ready for it. Like, orc javies, sure, but you really have to wipe out so many of them before you make that worth it. And when you're charging one unit, the other unit's going to throw some jabs at you, and they are spearmen in melee too, so it ain't worth it, really. All these archers as well, just raining hell on you. I think maybe the better option for them is just to be patient. I'm surprised they are not hiding, in all honesty. There's a lot of trees around. Maybe, can they not hide? I would have thought so, but perhaps not. And, yeah, that's maybe kind of a cool shot. As I say, I've gotten in the habit of forgetting to take pictures, and that's a real pain in the butt because I have to reload it all and then go back in to grab one. Opening up with the Treb into this tightly packed unit of... Oh, alright, what is he actually going for there? It's not a bad shot. It's not the biggest clump in the world, but as I say, because you've got some and they don't, you can be a bit more free with it, perhaps. And, I mean, steel bows, definitely not something you want to lose because they're quite useful in melee. And a good hit into this tightly packed unit of Lorinan's spears, that would be a real upset for Lothlorien. But right now, that trebuchet is being uncharacteristically... There we go. Wow. See, that's a lot of kills. You know, I think that was kind of worth it. I wouldn't give them another one. I would hold my fire now, but I think I would have... I think that was a nice little splash. And those are Lothlorien elves too. So we do have the archer fire being exchanged here. I think you've got so much in the way of skirmish power around you, Jack Attack, that I would probably not have my raiders in there shielding them. I would just leave them to it. I'm surprised these reavers aren't taking fire though. Yeah, I would have definitely wanted to pour shots into them. What are we going here from? No, he's responding and going into the crossbows. Okay, yeah, sure. But I would have really just wanted to wipe them out because of how easily you can drop that unit at range. And as I say, because that Reaver melee is going to be one of the only real tools that they have to break their way through that Barrow-wight line quickly. Now, this is all that's coming forward. Uruk-hai Raiders and Uruk-hai Reavers. Fear-causing Barrow-wights, numbers all around them. I think that these guys are going to end up breaking. I usually don't like to engage until... I wouldn't really want to engage until I had something behind them. Just to give them that little bit of morale left. And we do have 2 Barrow-wights over there. Okay, so he does have 3 Barrow-wights. That's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. Anything moving with the Cav out here? Oh dear. Wow. It looks like he's probably micromanaging. He's really spread out on the battlefield, so I think that's 1 unit gone. Is there another one that we're seeing? Oh, he has tried to do something here with it. Good hit to the Temple Guard. Yeah, wow, that hurts. Perhaps not fantastic though, unless we've dropped... Have we dropped Nolokai as well? I don't think we have. But yeah, those poor guys will be getting rinsed now. But that was a nice hit to the Temple Guard. Very good. And we can certainly be quite happy with that. We do have this other unit, but we probably want to keep that a little bit further back and just hidden away to pounce on the enemy. Or just, you know, the enemy always has to keep a unit of spears on standby to go and deal with you when you do something. So it's not a bad thing. Reavers there, yeah, we're seeing them a little bit shaken. Let's just get down to ground level and see what we can do with that. They're kind of struggling there. That's a bit surprising. I guess the stalkers are in there, giving their little like low damage stab into the poor melee defense and very poor armor of the Reavers. It doesn't take much to bring them down. So I mean, even the Barrow-wights, they will have a melee upgrade, so their melee will be 2 instead of 1. So they're going to actually drop a few of these guys too, but they're going to be bloodied. And I'm really chuffed to see, yeah, we've got some stuff coming in here. The Troll Slayers, this is a really early appearance for the Troll Slayers. Now, they would actually be a beautiful thing to be killing their way through some Barrow-wights. Perhaps in melee, I don't think I'd want to use their ammo. They have been shot up, though. That's a damn good target. Even up and over, I don't think I'd want to do that. But they've taken some shots on the approach. That's why I do think maybe it's a little bit too early to be sending them on in. There's just... And again, we've got so much in the way of skirmish power. We can try and just soak up the enemy's fire a little bit. This is a 40,000 frame battle. It's not a short battle, but I'm surprised with how quickly we're actually getting thrown on in. Yeah, over here we are opening up. Oh yeah, both sides have some Belegar archers. That's nice. Up into the Merquendi bows. Super duper. I mean, yeah, great. I mean, as a defender, I guess you always want to get some use out of your archers, even this sort of militia tier archer off the Belegar units. I mean, they're kind of expensive. They're high militia tier, but yeah. Killing a few Merquendi bows, though, could not ask for more than that. A few orc fodder taking an arrow or two for their elven allies today, but or their dark elven allies, but still very worth it. Gonna want to get out of there now, though. Those Mordor infantry could not ask for a better fight. Still the spearman standing by. Looks like he's happy enough to sort of lose a few of these guys, but I'd be worried about them breaking there. I'm probably going to call him aggressive. That'll just have to do for today, I think. Something very funny. When I was training, I did my training for my job with a Chinese company, and a lot of my officers didn't have, you know, their English was okay, but their English wasn't great. So when they had to fill out your sort of, not so much your competency forms, but your, what do we call them, how well you've been doing, all those forms and the like. I'm struggling with the English language here, so they wouldn't really know the right words to choose. So the company issued them a list of adjectives to describe, you know, how well your cadet has been doing, and the very best thing, the number 100 on the list, was aggressive. So everybody was getting given these forms that said, you know, oh yes, he's a very aggressive cadet, and it's like, no, this isn't good. But of course, it means you're sort of aggressively pursuing, you know, your education and so on. They mean it in a good way, but it was quite surprising to read it. I got that handed to me, and I was like, I'm the nicest guy you'll find. I'm not aggressive. What's this about? But no. Anyway, Mordor infantry. I love Mordor infantry. I really do love the Mordor infantry mix up with orc fodder strategy. I always do like heaps and heaps of that. It's just fun. gives more infantry a lot more staying power, and you know, it gives orc fodder a bit of a purpose. And I guess I'm quite happy from Grizzly that he's not just hurling the orc fodder in there uselessly. You know, you see that from a lot of newer players. They're just like, oh, this unit's so cheap, it means that I'm just meant to get it killed. No, it serves a purpose. And yeah, he saw this situation. These guys were very good, but they still suffered from the spear malice, apart from the Numenorean cohort, of course. You know, you can be as amazing a spearman as you want, you still suffer from that spear malice. Unless you're a son of the fall, then, you know, that's another story. Oh, goodness me. Interesting. I'd be more than happy for that. I would be more than happy to receive javelin fire into my troll drummers. How many of those are actually hitting? Let's give him another one, please. Is another one coming in? No, he's just given two. He's just given two. Oh, he's out of ammo. Yeah, I think Grizzly, and now the Uruk captains are coming running on in. I think Grizzly can be very pleased with that. Troll drummers, not very well armored. Not very large. Well, you know, yeah, it's quite difficult to actually land that hit on a troll. So, yeah, no, I think he could be chuffed to bits. And all of that ammunition could have been pouring into his, you know, lovely elven allies or his more important troops later on in the fight. So, no, that's a nice win for Grizzly over there. But it's what we would expect from him. He's a good player. He's been around a while. Whoa! Axes coming in. Scourge Raider axes into the marksman. Okay. And again, something that I think the attackers have really poured a lot of money into is their skirmishing archers. This is normally something that you would feel very bad about, but because of the compositions that all of the attackers have gone for, I would feel okay about this. I'd rather they're using up their axes against my archers, rather, especially my quite heavily armored archers, rather than some. Oh god, they are getting rinsed though, aren't they? But still, I'd probably prefer that rather than, I mean, Lord forbid, the Gate Guard coming up. Just get those Scourge Raiders used up, then I'll get my Gate Guard forward. Don't know if that's them done or not. I'm seeing a few of them with blades out, which makes me think, because I think before they use up all of their ammo, they have 2 axes. So they might be finished, but still, armor upgraded Scourge Raiders in melee are very scary, and they're taunting now too. So that's going to be a bit intimidating to the front line. See, even these stubborn Arthedain men-at-arms are shaken. Fear-causing barrow-weights, chanting, as I say again, being outnumbered, it all adds up. You know, all of these sources of fear, if you use it well, you can just get an enemy running. I love one of my favourite factions. Oh, okay. Opening up on the Shield Guard, they can take that pounding all day, but how good a shot are you really going to get later on? Is that sometimes you maybe just want to take something that you can at least hit. Now that I know I can hit there, I'd maybe hold my fire. What I often do with my archers here is I position them around this area, so that you can get a bit of a dominant position on this, so that when troops are coming down, you can rain some hell on them. But Shield Guard, I don't know about that. Just feels a little, you know, unnecessary. Yeah, these marksmen here, they've been able to use up all of their ammunition. They've soaked up a lot of axes. I think you can be pretty chuffed with what they've done with you today. Those crossbows, a little bit closer. You can, all right, yeah, you can start positioning your crossbows here. Yeah, where these marksmen are, they're out of ammo now. Maybe that's a little bit too far away. What are we going for here with those crossbows anyway, Jack Tap? Couldn't see. Looks like it was an interrupted shot. Yeah, it was an interrupted shot. What would I have been going for? Not good in a bad guard. Whoa, Watchers. Hell yes. A few of them are bloodied. Maybe that's what he was going. Even spaced out. Very nice. Now, we heard a You naughty boy. Another one's coming in. Oh my god, imagine. Imagine that was... Still, that hurts. That would hurt, especially because it's the same. It's Lothlorien again, so he'll be quite upset. I think he can still hit him, man. Is he gonna fire again? Shadow bows are present. See, we should have archers like hiding. Not even hiding. Those Belagar archers could do with maybe just being there to chase these guys away from there, so they can't just intimidate you. But no, that's Trevor's holding. But that was a good catch. Very, very good little catch from Arthedain. Do a bit of punishment. That was my phone. I think that will come through kind of clearly on the mic. We'll see. Steel bows. are being pursued by the Olokai. Let me just grab this. This is the problem with recording on my work days. I have to occasionally make sure that I'm not having to work. Lord forbid. Anyway, Olokai smashing. Ooh, Shield Guard. Shield Guard would love this fight. They're very keen for that. And the Fires and Swordmasters. Yeah, these Olokai. This was maybe, he's running away now. He is spotting that. But this was maybe, I think he was doing that to try and chase them away, like these routing forces. But this was just a troll killing nest right there. So they did get ravaged. Those Numenorean cohort are routing, broken. So yeah, okay, cool. What are we at now? 18 for 20. The attackers are doing not too bad. They're doing alright here, I think. We had a fun little moment there where all the Barrowites were laying flat forward. They do hide now. All the attackers, I'm sure, will remember that they're there, but sometimes you can give the enemy a little bit of false hope. It's like, oh, wait, they've moved the Barrowites. No, they're still hanging around. What the hell happened here? I'm really sorry that I missed that. Oh, holy smokes. Wasn't a Witcher in. Okay. The Witchers got called upon to deal with this. This was getting pretty frightening for the defenders. So yeah, the Witchers will have burned some people alive and chased the enemy away. Now those Troll Slayers are right there. I'd shoot on them with the Watchers. I do not think... And I'd probably throw at the Lord and Warriors too. I think, is he going to be a cheeky boy? Is he going to... Nope. Infantry there to catch him. Yeah, that would have been great if they could have broken them, but the Troll Slayers are locked morale. So it was really good of Jack attack to get in there, help them out. Those Troll Slayers are lovely to have to scare away the Witchers. But, yeah man, I would have opened up on them with the Watchers of the Golden Wood. I really think that that's a worthy target, a very, very worthy target. But yep, anyway. More non-infantry, pushing up here. Yeah, nice position. You can close your ranks now. You can tighten your spacing a little bit. You're inside. What are we actually opening up on though? Seafarer's shaken. Oh boys, don't rout. Holy smokes. Belegar pikes pulling back from the archers. It's good to force the enemy to do that. Hiding in this little corner. Yeah, aggressive man. I think he must be just somebody with a different name currently, because he does seem to know what he's doing. Fire arrows coming from the not Corsair Blackguards, from the Elvill Marksman. Yep, that is nice. Definitely shaking the boys. Oh wow, that's a lot of fire. Orc Javies coming in there. That must be unpleasant. Now, yeah, good armor on them, good shield. I think these poor guys are just being tasked with soaking up ammo, and hopefully their stubborn morale and the fact they do have any friendlies behind them, they'll stay and they'll tank it. They'll tank as much of it as they need to, but and they're still steady. They are doing very, very well, not running away from this. I'm chuffed to bits with that. But no, they're going to be sacrificing this slope. Even though you've got the height advantage over your enemy, it exposes you to be shot like this. And as I say, one of the main strengths of the attackers in this battle is the fact that they do have so many archers. So the defenders are going to have to try their very best to limit the damage they receive from that. Ooh, infantry shaken. One little blast from the Witchers will chase them on away, but Marksman coming back. It looks like a few of these guys that did rout are returning. Berserkers again. Watchers, I'd be thinking about that. I'd be really thinking about that. I'm surprised it is restraint. Rangers opening up. What are we going for here? Right into the... Oh, ow, 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 ow. Yeah, you see, we need the... There's Belegar archers here. Chase them away. Because these poor Fornosteran knights are just suffering. Yes, they're armored, so rangers are not amazing against them, but you can see how many guys have just been dropping there. That's a shame. We have enough archers to scare them away. I wouldn't want to use the Wardens of the North to scare them away, but the Belegar archers, no problemo. And maybe that's just one thing, like communication is very, very important. And sometimes if your ally has a unit that would be, very helpful to you, it does take a minute to just open up that typing menu, especially if it's a bit of a laggy game. You know, you can't really do it as much as you'd love to, but it's good to try. It's good to try. Troll Slayers getting their jabs in. Scourge Raiders, yep, sure, worthy target. That would have been gorgeous. He's good with these spots, to be honest. But that would have been a lovely hit. I don't think it's gonna fly though. He can't have too much ammunition left though. Are those axes being returned? Yeah, the Troll Slayers. Again, I would be going for them. They're out of ammo. You want to get them into the fight as quickly as you can. They are coming in now, but that's a shame that they've suffered a little bit. Of course, there are black cards there. I've never actually thought about how similar they sort of look. Of course, they're, you know, historically inspired by the Seafarers of Nendamos, so they're quite a similar looking unit, aren't they? Very cool. Again, my phone, bing bong. I'll have to grab that in a second. If you see my camera not moving for a while, I'm probably just trying to read a text. Elven infantry, go toe to toe. Wow. Okay, that's better. I was thinking the Barrows were getting stomped, but no, it's yeah, it's going to take a long time for the Elven infantry to get through. The Olokai, beautiful though. Olokai will very much like to just bash their way through Barrowigs for a long, long time. That's all well and good. No, it's just people sending pictures of the snow. Fine and dandy. No, it's been snowing here like crazy these past few days. Not had snow like this for about 10 blooming years. It's not had snow for this length of time for about 10 years. Really has kept people quite grounded, but the infection, or not the infection, the virus is keeping people pretty grounded anyway. We're giving a quick push here by the Minas Morgul Chosen. Damn, I think those pikes are going to get in the way first. Maybe had these guys been Blackguard, this could have gone differently. Yeah, maybe if this was a Blackguard, a Barad-dûr push, that would have been nice. I'm surprised how well that line is holding. We've got Dorwinion really slamming himself in through there. Goodness me, that is quite a blob there. And it's quite a... Oh, yeah, I probably should have zoomed on in. It's thin, though. Farzam Swordmasters will sort it out. Are those steel bows out? No, they're not. Shield Guard, you maybe want to consider getting another thing in there. But there's not a lot in reserve. Still, I'd be... If I was Grizzly Fox, I'd be sprinting up a Blackguard. Because I think we've almost breached the line here. And... yeah, I think we've almost shattered it open. And if we don't shatter it, at least they're gonna be forced to send more stuff over here. It's gonna panic them a bit. They might even consider retreating. So yeah, I'd probably go for a quick breakthrough. But the fighting's going okay for him there. So perhaps sometimes it is better to just take the fight you've got, and you know, rather than trying to push through, you're better off just hammering away at their lines. Numenor Gate Guard are there. There's only 33 of them left, but they are prodding away with a lot of damage. Fornosteran Knights and Dunedain Troll Slayers. A lot of Arthedain power here, and even some heavily armoured men-at-arms for the staying power. It's pretty good, but we are needing maybe some more over on this bit, but maybe we don't, because the Wardens of the North are there. And we do want to give them an avenue to attack. And the Trolls of the White Hand. Okay, any Troll Killers mixing amongst them? Not really. Not a lot of great... Well, heavy... Oh. No, they're not going to give him a jab. Not when they're mixed in amongst the forces like that. Surely not. Unless they want to give this guy a point-blank jab. I think they went for it, you know? Oh, well, no. I think the jabs are going to be unloaded on the Arthedain lines, just causing a little bit of damage to them, hopefully relieving the strain. Trolls coming into counter. Of course, the Trolls of the White Hand being superior to anything that Angmar can muster. Any of these lowly trolls are nothing compared to the great trolls of Saruman. But it is nice. They're going to do a good bit of damage to them here. And it should take the wind out of the attacker's sails a little bit. Again, Watchers holding fire. You might... No, those Wardens are too far away. I would be tempted to go for a shot into the Watchers with the Wardens if I could. But I think they are out of range. A little bit of fire arrow damage coming up and over. I would refrain from that because you're seeing a little bit of friendly fire there, and that's doing the same morale damage to your troops as it is doing to theirs. And your guys are getting shot in the back too. This poor Corsair infantryman, you know, that Corsair infantry unit has just received that morale debuff. So, nah, man, refrain from that, I'd say. You know, it's not really going to bother these exceptional yet. Oh no, oh, Javi's just being pulled back, not routing. It's not really going to bother these exceptional Pharazim Swordmasters, the Shield Guard remaining at their side, the Pearl Whites locked morale. The only people that are really going to worry about that are the Belgar Pikes, but right now this fight is going well enough for them, so they're going to stay. So no, I mean your troll drummers there, just banging away is going to be fine. Like, your guys shouldn't rout, but you don't want to encourage them to rout. A little bit of fire up and over, actually shredding these woodland protectors, but no, I would be refraining from that. Ah, that's some ranger fire. Is that going into these pikes? Can they get that lob shot? No, it's going over. It's going over into the... Nah, man. Hold on to it. Hold on to it. Yeah, nice accurate fire from the rangers, but no, it's just not worth it. In time, when the rangers do receive their changes and they are no longer body piercing... Oh, wow. Karen Amaroth rangers coming in. Out of ammo, maybe. Or just repositioning after being in melee for a minute. We'll see if they take out their bows. I don't think they're going to, but still. Quite a nice little thing there, these two-handed sword masters. When they do take out, well, when they do run out of their ammo, it does set them apart a little bit from some of the other rangers who are just one-handed sword wielders. But, of course, as I say, when the rangers do lose their body piercing and become these sort of very high damage archers, that's going to be pretty cool. And it'll definitely change up a lot of sieges. They tend to go in a very similar way. It'll open the field a bit and allow for these blob fights again. In some cases, there's still going to be body piercing units. Dear me. It's still going to be body piercing units. There's still going to be witchers. There's still going to be artillery. You know, lots of reasons to not blob up. But there's not going to be rangers, who are probably the nicest of the body piercing, or the nicest of the anti-blob units. Arthedain Trollslayers eviscerating their ancestors in the form of the Numenorian Shield Guard. Very unpleasant. It's kind of, wow, he's come a long way to support this. I like that. I like that initiative. Definitely, if you think your units are going to be more useful elsewhere, do that. And these poor Shield Guard have taken an absolute beating. I think they're going to use up most of that ammo on them. You know? But again, if they take it all to the face, perhaps worth it. Bloody, but worth it maybe. But still, that's going to be a unit that he really did need over here. And again, we've got no Blackguard coming forward, do we? Oh, there we do. We do now. And once they come forward, I guess the steel bows, I think he sort of sees the writing on the walls now, and he needs to try and use up his ammunition before this breaks open. Or, you know, he wants to get them used up so they can get sent on in melee. And I think they only had they probably only had 1 or 2 volleys left. So that's them used up. We're seeing some rotting carcasses getting sent forward now, but only 1 there. Anything else? No. So you got to be very careful with that, because that's going to linger. And when we do burst forward with the Blackguard, as what I'm hoping we're about to do, the Blackguard and all of these orcs are going to be smelling that rotting meat, and that's going to have the morale debuff against them. As I say, I always worry so much about morale debuffs, because it has oh wow, these guys suffered from it a wee bit there. Okay, I like it, but still, because your men suffer from it just the same as the enemy do. Looks like we've managed to shatter another attack here, as the Rangers have moved on forward. Valkyrian coming in with his pikes to engage these Uruk-hai infantry. Wards the north, very close to the fight now. Swordmasters in melee, but you want to use up every single one of those arrows first before you have to do that. Belgar archers having to fire up and over. This is a very crowded affair right now. I see maybe a little bit more coordination required between these 3 factions, and something could just leave for a minute and then take its turn after. It takes longer, you know, but sometimes it's just what you got to do. Those sentinels coming on down, it looks like the plan was to hold the final line, and that still maybe is the plan, but he's not quite ready to fall back. Once that breaks open, your allies over here need to fall back as well. And I suppose over there they're still getting some good kills. They're not ready to fall back, so he needs to keep fighting here. But with the Blackguard pushing through, sorry, we missed that. We knew it was coming, but we missed it anyway. That is going to be, maybe it's too late. I mean, his guys are right there now. Man. It's always the thing of, like, do you send more to save it, or do you just cut your losses and leave it? And maybe now was the time to cut his losses. Because those Sentinels, I think, I do worry. Oh, Royal Guard coming in, showing their faces, Woodland Protectors over there. I think I would have maybe cut my losses. As soon as those Blackguard hit and broke through, I would have cut my losses. If the boys want to fight over at the other side, all the power to them. We'll slow them down a little bit, maybe skirmish with them a little. But no, we're not holding that line anymore for you. You've got to start making preparations to fall back, which it looks kind of like they are as well. The Barrow-wights, they're not getting out of here. Barrow-wights pick a position in the battlefield and they stay until they're dead, pretty much, when you're on the defence. They do not have the speed to get away from an attacking force, so you're better off just leaving them, but you can't ask for a better rear guard. I've had some battles where, up until like the very end of the fight, I'm still killing Barrow-wights on the front line. All of my troops have pushed past them, but I've still just got 1 or 2 units that I've had to keep behind just to finish off those last few Barrow-wights. Usually it's, say, like a half dead, or like there's 10 units left of a Fountain Guard, and they can just like stab, or I should say 10 models of a Fountain Guard unit left, and they're just stabbing away. Another flash of lightning, very spooky field today. A lot more firing up and over from the boys. Steel bows doing so, but good accuracy on them, not quite there. You know, quite the likes of the elves, but up against a clump like that, you're always going to be, you should always be landing a decent hit. The Naz higher in there. Yeah, we're seeing guys dropping, not really all that many misses, so that's alright. Blackwatch Legion doing a counter push there, which is going to be hurting the morale a little bit of the enemy. Ooh, coming in with trolls, this is messy. Ow. Arthedain men-at-arms there. Doesn't look like there's actually much here. It looks like Umbar's going to be sending the last scraps on through. Interesting. Okay. So no, that's fair. What I would want to see from the attackers is maybe sending a little bit more over here, just because we've got a lot of archers here, a lot of bows that want to use up their ammo, and these trolls are going to try and stop them doing it. But I guess the Naz higher in there. Nah, the Naz higher are going to slaughter the trolls of Angmar, I suspect. More pikes coming forward. Dude, I think it's retreat time. Oh. Hey. Okay, the boys over here said no. The boys over here definitely said no. Blackguard and Barad-dûr are up against them. But they're not properly ready to do a push again. That's 66 of them. They're going to struggle with that. Okay, no, it is a bit flimsy now. The Royal Guard are being pulled back. Sword Masters are still ready to go. Yeah, these poor Numenorians just getting yeeted around by the massive Uruks of the Blackguard. I'm pretty sure there's been a bit of discussion about that recently, but I'm pretty dang sure that the Blackguard of Barad-dûr are Uruks. I think it says that in their description. But yeah, they're going to get yeeted around. Then there's just the Sword Masters in the back. Again, probably a unit that I would suggest pushing through and splitting them apart. And my goodness me, Royal Legion Ornamentalis, when are we going to sacrifice this front line? When are we going to sacrifice this front line? We've got 50 Shadow Bows running on forward. Okay. Pikes sitting up there. Wardens of the North in melee now, alongside, not a Numinous Gate Guard. Is that a Dismounted Knight? That is a Dismounted Knight. There's only 16 Dismounted Knights of Numinous left now. But overall, they should be alright up against that. Right now, the fighting was in favour of the Pikes, but that's not going to stay that way. There's too many of Arthedain's elites over here. And yeah, they don't have armour piercing, and you've got heavy armour, but they're very, very good. So that is going to go against you shortly. Still some ammunition from the Woodland Protectors, though. It looks like they're going to try and sneak around and get some back attacks in at the Wars of the North. That's beautiful. That's going to be very, very nice. I don't think that there's too much to grab them. You probably want to just take the Wardens of the North and just like give them a quick attack order there, just so 1 or 2 of them throw themselves into that unit. But I don't think he's going to be able to do that. No, there's nothing else around really, unless you want to grab one of those archers and send them on in. See, we've got manpower remaining. We maybe need to get a little bit closer just to counter these little things like that. But balance of power is not in favour of the defenders. Whoa. That's not a pretty place to be as a defender. That is really not a pretty place to be as a defender. Yeah, and the mob is flooding on forward now. As the Olokai are still standing. Those Olokai have been through a lot of bloody fights, and they're still kicking. We've got the Corsairs screaming on through. More troops getting dedicated into this. Yeah, I think that this was dead. This was dead in the water a while ago, and we've been sacrificing elves and Numenorians for a lost cause for some time now. These shadow bows probably, oh, they're out of ammo too, they're coming on in. Woodland Protectors hurling their jabs, the Royal Guard trying to do their piece as well, but no man, this is over. This is over. There's too much coming forward, and we need to prepare for either the secondary choke point or the final choke point. The problem with the final choke point is just if the enemy still has any ammunition left by the time you fall back to the final choke point, you're done. You know, it's the enemy can do so much work. And over here, it looks like Arthedain did manage to get like ravaged, probably partly by that. Oh, he's running. No, did he pull back? He did pull back. He was bloodied, but he pulled back. Interesting. Maybe if I was Valkyrian, I would just count my lucky stars now and try and get some guys out. But I think he's going to go on the offensive again. I appreciate the boldness. I really love the boldness. But these are 82 pikes and a bunch of Scourge Raiders. You can get them out. You can get them safe. We don't need to kill these footmen. We could just run away. Just leave the Barrow-wights behind. But no, Valkyrian is really going for a, you know, no man left behind strategy here, and fighting to the last, which, you know, is very, very cool. But Champions of the White Hand, where are you? Blade Masters. Oh, come on, boys. What we need: Champions of the White Hand, run, or like, clip, clop. I guess wargs don't really clip clop like horses, but still, run over here. You know, like padding or whatever wolves do. Get over here and just bam, start smashing the back off the Angmar. And I know there's pikes there, so you want to avoid that. But the Barrow-wights, yeah, you can run free. You can maybe catch the Hammer Guard with a charge, the Black Guard with a charge. General's in with the Black Guard. You can eat him alive. Show yourself as the supreme Dark Lord here. Yeah, man. I think we need to get aggressive with those champions. You bring a unit like that to the field, you've got to be ready to use it. Now, your general's in amongst it. I would never recommend that, but, you know, that's something that I think is worth a risk here. Especially considering Isengard's lost a lot of his troops. He really has taken it on the chin for his team. So, he's not really got that much off a morale shock. And then, these guys will be suffering a lot of morale shock from that poison arrow fire into the Royal Guard, but oh, actually I think it was the Royal Guard. God damn, the Royal Guard are nice. I really like them. I always put my general in with them, even though they're just one hit point units. I just think they're such a cool place to have them. I like archer generals. I like spear archers as well. The Hearthguard of Amon Sul. You know, it's great. You can't really hunt them down with cavalry too well because hey, I'm a spearman. But and the Royal Guard kind of match that too. They don't need to be 2 hit points. Kind of, you know, it's nice that they're not. So it's they handle themselves fine and dandy. Anyway, the Royal Legion of Armenelos, sir. No, that's a captain. Oh no, there they are. I just don't think that those boys have done enough here. I think that I understand why they were sent in, but I would have advised against it. I would also advise against this fire. 2 Lornan archers here taking a lot of damage. Well, taking just a lot of ammunition, not even a lot of damage. Now, and as I say, if you can make the enemy use up all of their ammo before you fall back to that final point, jobs are good. You know, that's one choke point you've got to deal with. The problem with that final choke point is just that there's nowhere to hide. Well, I guess the places to hide are pretty bad. You know, the places you've got to defend are so exposed on Buhr Sagath. It really is. Like, that's what this whole initial stage of the siege is about. Just trying to use up the enemy's ammo. You know, because in order to earn you that singular choke point at the end that you can use to absolutely rip them apart. So, I mean, I know that the percentages don't look good. It looks very scary for the defenders, but maybe, and that things like this is very good. Things like this are fantastic when we can unload on a very skilled, very poorly armoured elf with our high damage Royal Guardsman fire. That's amazing, and the orcs are leaving them to it now. No, they're going to stay and they're going to try their best to shield them from the damage, I'm sure. Elvel and Vinegard go toe-to-toe with the Woodland Protectors. That's interesting. I'm really glad that we changed the name to the Woodland Protectors from the Elder Council. I think the Elder Council, you know, it makes them seem like an elite, and I don't know, it's weird. Yeah. It's like, why is the Elder Council that big? So no, it was definitely a better idea to make them the Woodland Protectors. And it feels nice that Mirkwood and Lothlorien both have them then. Now, damn, yeah, see these pikes jabbing away. Now, this is what I mentioned about Arthedain. You know, he saw that the other, even though it wasn't his choke point, he saw the other choke point gave him something better, so he came in from it. Whereas, good stuff, Dorwinion. Very, very nice getting around here. Awesome stuff, Kelvin. And that will finally, yeah, help his boys through. Not let them through, help them through. Swordmasters there, not a bad target to charge. Not great, because they've got their elven defense. If you charge them from the front, they're going to get that defensive skill in resisting it. We've lost a few of those champions and probably taken a few more hit point damage. Because we ran through blooming pikes. Now, I'm not, yeah, it's the way things go, but there was a nice safe entrance at the other side of the battle. I would have definitely chosen that. I know you would have taken some fire, but Kindred opening up now into some pretty soft targets. This is probably one of the latest moments. What frame are we on? 32,000 frames. An orc fodder has never seen 32,000 frames. He doesn't understand what it's like to be alive this long. So I'm really chuffed that Grizzly's actually still got them on the field. But yeah, good little slam. Oh, beautiful. Please tell me that worked. Oh, come on, man. That was a nice charge. Okay, get out of there. Try again. That was it was a good one. I mean, I guess a few of them did go down. A little bit further. Get it like there or something. You can see when I click it. Oh, yep, that'll be fine. Come on. He's going to try and counter-charge you. 41 before contact. Oh, my boy. Was that... Who died? Was that... Is that where Numenor had his general? Or there's that... Oh, I think that was... No. That was not Isengard's general. Oh god, generals dropping like flies. Interesting choice, Numenor. Why do you have your general in with steel bowman? Oh, get away from that. Get away from that. What are the Guardians doing out here, though? I don't know, man. I don't know. Now, who was that died down here? Was that the... Surely that wasn't the Angmar general or something like that. I would expect it's maybe Umbar putting his general in with like the Belgar footman or something. Oh dearie me. No. Yeah. It definitely wasn't. Definitely wasn't Angmar, because Angmar's got his in with the Blackguard. Yeah, they've not got anything in the back. They are going all out here with these defenses. Okay, I appreciate it. Watch the Golden out of ammo. Don't let them get shot at, even by just anything. Mirkwood bows, that hurts. Mirkwood bows. Yeah, no, it's not pretty, But they're gonna take it for a minute. That's fine. A few Glade Masters running on through here. Yes, this is why. This is the reason that the Guardians have come forward, so that the Kindred can just brutalize right down through this blob. Yep, that's another general killed really quite quickly after each other. Up against the Guardians. No, you want to come over there. You want to hit the Watchers for sure. Much nicer target. Glade Guard, what the hell? No way. They must just be benefiting from okay. They were benefiting from probably their own charge and also the chaos caused by the champions. Even though the champions wouldn't have done much damage with their charge, they probably did burst open the line a little bit, and then the Glade Guard rushed on in. So hey, they did definitely help that charge, just not a tremendous deal. Glade Guard as well, a lot of skill, so they will shrug off a lot of damage from those pikes. You know, they've got a lot of staying power in melee. It looks like we're trying to slip around the side there. I like it, but... Oh, they did it. They did it. No. Keep moving. And then the problem is, these are kindred. These, if you could cycle charge them, great, but you're not going to be able to cycle charge them. I guess he's stopping them from shooting, which is a victory. But he's not going to stop them shooting for very long. But no, we can appreciate the sacrifice of those champions. That is without a doubt. We're just pushing right on through. Okay, Kelvin. Fair enough. I don't know if I'd do that. I think I'd probably just... Are those McQuindy Bulls out? Yeah, they are. Oh, no, they're not. I'd been tempted to just unload on them. If they were standing there, I would have just blasted them. But the Glade Masters are here. That's going to be a bit too much for the Watchers. Already fighting Vinegard. Already a bit damaged from Archer Fire. I think the Glade Masters are going to get in there. And I'd be tempted to send, even though they've not run out of ammo, I'd maybe be tempted to send in, Merquindi Bows too. Just a lot of elves fighting over there, which is pretty dope. Elvel and Hammerguard moving on forward. Very pretty unit. Very nice looking unit. I remember when I first saw the screenshot of like what they were going to look like after the update. Too, of course, because they used to be a two-handed hammer. Very, and I mean they looked in a lot of ways quite similar to Tharbad Warhammers, who I adore the look of as a unit. And I always did think the Elvel Hammerguard looked great like that, but then I saw this image of what they were going to become and I was like, wow, yes please. They look incredible. Guardians, they're handling things very nicely and they're not really getting shot too much. The height advantage they have is very slight. The Executioners are in there, yeah. No, once the Executioners arrived, that was it over. And as soon as this line breaks, there's Nazgul in there too. Even unarmored, unarmor upgraded, those Temple Executioners have a lot of staying power. It is time to fall back to the final point here, team. Lathram Blade Masters, very nice. Armor upgraded, I would have thought so, just because on the defense, of course. They're still pretty fragile. They're still not, their bonus comes from their defensive skill. They are very, very high on their defensive skill. So even with that armor upgrade, they're not too beefy. But again, at this stage, the attackers don't have much ammo. So, you know, it's fair enough. Vinegard there, yeah, we're bursting through the last of the Watchers now. Did those Wards of the North are around? Those Blade Masters didn't even get involved. Maybe that spear rush was really quite good. Watchers there. Oh, okay. Yeah, wasn't too bad. Oh, boys. Oh my god, imagine some sort of like quick trebuchet blast just gets them all when they're like glitched out. Well, they're not glitched out, but when they're tightly packed up in that corner. Oi. Crazy. Oh, that was a general. He was... Oh wait, was I just looking at him? Is there not Nazgul? And there was just... Was I just looking at the general of the forces and he was in amongst the Temple Executioners? That was possibly the case. Yeah, I think he was maybe just the general. He wasn't a Nazgul. I'm not seeing any other Nazgul around, so yeah. But we do have the Harbinger's Castamere. Very, very scary. The Temple Executioners, again, very, very scary. Yeah, a lot of black Numenorian swordmaster skill here. And they did a very good job killing off the general of Mordor. But once again, kind of like Isengard on the other flank, Mordor has been the powerhouse. Well, he's been the workhorse, is what I'm looking for here. That's the term. And he has taken the damage. There's nothing more in reserve for any side. So everybody's inside the... well, I guess these guys are technically in reserve, but, you know, they're all inside of Buhr Sagath itself now. Glade Guard coming on over. Vinegard coming on over. Yeah, I think we are just going all out for the outer defenses, which I love. As I say, that tends to be... When I'm defending something like Moria, for instance, I will very rarely fall back. I will just, unless there's a really damn good reason to, I will usually just dig my claws into a position and this is where I stand and this is where I die. It's very frustrating for my allies, of course, because you know, I just will not fall back, and by the time I do fall back, you know, I'm dead. So yeah, Sometimes you gotta get back if it's a better thing for the team to do. Again, nothing in reserve here. Oi, oi, oi. Harbingers of Castamere coming on over now. Going toe-to-toe with the Swordmasters. Had these Harbingers taken a bit more damage, this would have been a very, like, really quite a tricky fight for them. They're having defeat is certain for now, but that's going to change, especially if we retreat. Oh, there are Nazgul. There are Nazgul present. There's only 5 of them left. So those Swordmasters pulling on back. That was a nice little charge, though. Cool move. Kindred there. Are you guys out? You are not. Right, we'll pick a target and unload. We do not have long. Oh, they're doing really nicely, aren't they? I don't know, I think the Kindred are maybe... I think I maybe prefer their look to the Watchers of Goldenwood. I need to maybe... I like when the Watchers use that single longsword, though, but... it's a toughie. It's a toughie. More elites coming on forward now to engage with the Swordmasters. Nazgul in there. There's still Orc fodder. Oh no, these are Orc Javies. But there are dedicated Orc fodder. 138 Orc fodder. Almost 40,000 frames. Oh my god. Has to be a bloody record there. Hammerguard there. Glade Masters. Now, I've had like weird fights where, you know, like there's been a unit of Orc fodder that is down to like 15 men, and they rout as soon as they reach the combat, and then they come back before they leave. Like there was a Minas Tirith battle that was really funny. This unit of Orc fodder was just back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. I think that, yeah, Dorwinion doing the right thing, just gaining ground, getting around behind them, making sure they can't retreat to this final point. Not that there's too much left at this point, of course. The guys have made their bed by this point. They are going into their last stand. They're choosing this location to do it. Good stuff. Watching his back like that. The Kindred are standing here. Can you get shot down there? Oh, just make him pay. Just make him pay, Ironor. Just really hurt them as much as you can. Blade Masters there. And so their victory is certain. Oh my goodness me. Orc fodder running away. They'll come back. They'll be back. They'll be back. They're not finished. More non-infantry are even here. Jeez, oh. Armors of Castamere. Once we start gaining ground in here, though, it's going to change. But goodness me. I'm chuffed. It's nice to see the Glather and Blade Masters being used really quite well. As I say, they usually do get just thrown in the bin in place of the Lordan Swordmasters, but I'm pretty sure the Blade Masters do have a higher defensive skill. It's just that the Swordmasters have that armor over the top of it, and that really benefits them. So if you've got the money, you'll go for the Lordan Swordmasters, but Blade Masters are pretty dope. Getting defeat is certain now as the elites are really grinding them down, but oh no, Hammerguard coming in the backs here. That's where the general is amongst the Kindred now. Good, dropping another general. Oh wait. Oh wait. That must have been yeah, it must have been the Umbar general there. Or saying it was just because I think the guy that killed the general was immediately killed by a Temple Executioner or something right after. I think it was a very quick sync kill. I think it was one of those spinning like flip kills where they just drop on the floor instantly. Yeah, just open fire. You're firing up and over, but it doesn't matter. Just get that ammo used up. As I say, just make him pay. Make him pay as much as you possibly can. Oh, I see. Usually when it's in this sort of situation, I'll stop shooting at the enemy. If I'm on the attack, I'll usually just charge them, just, you know, give them this final fight, really. But that was a really cool one. As I've said in battles before, actually no, I'll stay on one. I'll stay on 1 time speed. As again, feel free to just skip to the end here, but I'll just do my general talking now. I really am grateful whenever you send a battle where you do lose. It's always nice to kind of break the rhythm. So that you can't really fully expect. It's like most battles you see, you're always going to have a player that's sent in is going to be the one. You know, and that's fine. That's just our nature. But it's nice to have the occasional one where it is a bit of a toss-up. You're not sure who's going to really win, and that was nice. So always chuffed to bits if you send me one you don't win. Don't tell me again. Always like to be surprised, because I really thought this was going to be a defender victory. I think that, yeah, it was that reluctance to fall back that hurt them a little bit, and maybe the lack of an artillery piece is something they could have done some good work with an arty piece, perhaps. I don't think there was any like major tactical misplays. I think everybody like did an okay job. A 5v3 is not easy, definitely. I think the cavalry, in the beginning, I mentioned that, but that wasn't a big issue. You know, I think they did do alright with it. They got a good hit in the Temple Guard, that's important. But maybe something more could have been done with that cavalry, or something else could have been taken in its place, I think. Yeah, none of the factions taken today are really, like, I don't think any of them have knight. Yeah, but you can do some good work with, like, the Temple Inquisitors, or the Fires and Chosen, or Fires and Nobles. Yeah, Fires and Nobles. You can do some good charging with them. And yeah, we had a player at defeat there. I think we're just about to finish it there. But no, overall, certainly a pretty good fight, I think. Certainly a pretty damn good fight. Let's see what we have going on here. Blackguard there. Witches, yeah, really sorry we didn't see the Witchers blast off those shots, but that must have been pretty frightening. 305 kills is certainly worth it, I would say. Gunabad Guard, a bit disappointing from them. You don't want a little bit more than that, I'd say. Blackwatch Legion, that's really shocking, because I guess when they pushed forward, it was so many elite units that they were pushing into. The Trolls of Angmar, yeah, they were the Naz High. Trolls of Gundabad, they were in there to fight the Trolls of the White Hand. So again, fair enough. Sniper Stalkers, wow. Yeah, just killing the Uruk-hai Reavers and the Uruk-hai Raiders. Yeah, very nice from them. But yeah, good. Barrow-wights, of course. Yeah, I mean, that's what Angmar's always going to do. They're a very good support unit to have, well, support army to have in the defense, just so that you can benefit from their Barrow-wights. Let's see, I've seen Iarnor about a little bit, and I'm sure that Aggressive Man must be just a guy with a different name, that, you know, he's been around a little bit before. I think only attacking a Grizzly, I loved, like, maybe earlier use of the Blackguard. That's the only thing, but, like, I'm sure he had his reasons for not doing so. There were still rangers on the field, like, you've got to be careful, you've got to do things at the right time. I think Kelvin had some damn good instincts, and he was definitely jumping at things very nicely. Jack Tactic actually really racked up the kills, holy smokes. But yeah, certainly nothing like too bad. Very risky moving up the Reavers so quickly. I was surprised that the defenders didn't blast them to pieces with arrow fire, but they left him. They did leave him. And yeah, just watch that morale, but I think generally not too bad. Rex there, beautiful trap stuff, you know, yeah, always sort of spotting those little moments to use it, so that was really nice. But no, yeah, certainly nothing too bad. And then Hayes, yeah, the only thing about was just, you know, the shadow bows. I would have been keen to see the Belagar archers move forward just to blast them and stop them from wreaking havoc on his ally, really. But no, all in all, really super duper. Thank you guys very much, and I will see you later.